Welcome to another exciting episode of the KATO Show, where we explore the vibrant world of Japanese pop culture every week, and we dive into the colorful realms of Japan's music, anime, fashion, film, and cuisine. I'm Jeremiah. I'm Kimmy's co-host, and here's Kimmy.
Hi, Jeremiah.
Hey, Kimmy, how you
How are
doing?
you? Very good, thank you. How are you today?
Excellent. A little bit of a cold, but other than that, I'm excellent.
Yeah, the cold's been around,
It's
hasn't it?
going
I mean,
around,
I
isn't it?
I had it last week. We had to cancel our
Yeah,
show.
we missed the show last week. I miss you.
Oh, sorry
Are
about
you
that.
feeling better?
Yeah, way better now. I had a
Good.
fever, so I
Oh
couldn't do it.
man.
Yeah, but now I'm okay. Now I think everybody else is getting it.
Yeah, my even Mike Gormley was out last week. He had the
Oh,
flu and yeah, we get it's
no.
going around quite a bit. Well, I'm glad
Well,
you're on the mend.
and I hope you're okay too.
I'm excited for this show today, Kimmy. I
Me
already
too.
know I got the spoiler alert. I know who's here, but tell us who we're talking to
Okay,
today.
we have a very special guest today. She is a cellist who is currently nominated for the 67th Grammy Awards in the Best New Age Ambient or Chant Album. Please welcome Eru Matsumoto.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
thank
Hello, Eru.
you so
Big
much for having
audience.
me. Yay! Well,
Thank you so much.
yes, of course, I'm joining you both on the flu club.
Yes, the
Well, at
flu
least we're
campaign.
all in good company, huh?
Well, thank you for having me. Very excited
Oh,
to be
thank you.
here.
Thank you so much. It's very, very exciting that you've been nominated for the 67th Grammy Awards.
Yeah,
I'm so happy for you as well.
thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
I know you've been very busy, so thank you so much for taking your time as well, and everything that's leading up to the Grammy Awards. But before we dive into whatever we're going to talk about today, let me please introduce to our listeners who you are for those who do not know Eru. Uh, Give me a moment. So, Eru, please sit back, relax while I introduce you to our listeners. So today is our guest today is Eru Matsumoto, a Forbes 30 under 30 honoree of Grammy and Grammy nominated multimedia artist, is recognized as one of the world's leading cellists. Her album Triveni, a collaboration with Wouter, Kellerman and Chandrika Tandon, is currently being nominated for a 67th Grammy in the Best New Age Ambient or Chant Album category. Eru blends tradition with innovation, pushing the boundaries of music, healing, and technology. Accepted into the Juilliard School at just 16, where she studied under the late David Sawyer. Eru's career has been marked by extraordinary achievements, including a solo appearance with the Tokyo Philharmonic Orchestra, premiering music by the legendary John Williams, and has joined shows with prominent artists including Adele, Ariana Grande, Odessa, Demi Lovato, and Billie Eilish. Eru's impact extends beyond performance into thought leadership and innovation. She has delivered TED Talks, lectured at Harvard and Lawrence University, and served as musical director for Harvard's STEAM program, blending music and technology. Passionate about music's healing power, Eru leads research on sound frequencies effects on mind and body, collaborating with Stanford University Psychiatry and UCI Biomedical Engineering Labs. I'd love to hear more about this as well. Her diverse accomplishments include appearances on Fox Morning News, a Super Bowl commercial for Genesis, and performance with the Shanghai Philharmonic and the United Nations Music for Sustainable Planet Conference. Eru is also recipient of a lifetime loan of a 1835 Italian cello, sponsored by Alago Art Strings GmbH. What an amazing career. And above all, you're a great person. So
Aw.
I've known you for quite a bit, and I'm so happy that you've come so far, and just first and foremost, congratulations on your nominations for the 67th Grammy Award for the Best Age Ambient and Chant Album category.
Oh my goodness, that was such a grand introduction. Thank
But you
you.
are grand.
You know
Yes.
so much about me,
Yeah.
Kimi.
Right.
Thank you. I love
How
that.
long have you both known each other? You've been friends
Probably
for a while.
what, just 7 or 8 years, I think, I would
Yeah.
say. And ever since I've been in the United States,
Yeah.
you're one of the
Yes.
first musicians that I met when I came to the United States.
Been a while.
Yeah, it's been a
Thank
while.
you so much. You've always been so helpful for the whole entertainment music community. So really look up to you. And thank you so much for always guiding us through. So really,
that's
really
all.
excited to finally talk on your radio show and catch up over this.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, this radio started only this year, and Jeremiah suggested that we should do a radio show about supporting Japanese culture and music and everything else that surrounds our life. And we've been interviewing artists, not just artists, but anybody that have been just pursuing and being just resilient about what they've been doing. And you're definitely one of those persons that just strive and just move forward to achieve every step, every goal that
That's
you
so
achieve.
nice. Thank you. I mean, music is all about that, isn't it? I feel like it's just a never-ending
Journey.
path
Yeah.
that
Yes.
we're all in it together, and we all have different paths that we're taking, but it's just never ending, and that's the beauty of it. And that's why we get so addicted to sharing what we create and keep mastering our skills while building a community and just sharing more like love almost, because it's really, I always think about how like when you look at our, skin or something, we're made out of all these cells. But when you look even closer, then we're like actually resonating in atoms. And there's actually a study that's been done that the same frequencies that music is made out of, the matter that music is the same matter as what we're made out of at the core. So essentially, we're kind of like sharing us, like we are music ourselves.
Yeah.
And we're sort of sharing the um story, I guess, of how we are all connected, and and that realization sort of bring all of us together. And that's what music is, and it shouldn't ever have a goal, and it should always be like a community of feeling that togetherness and knowing that we all are the same thing essentially. So I love that. I love this community.
That was so beautifully put.
Oh, thank you.
And what's even more beautiful is that you are one of the musicians that create that connection. You play the music that then resonates and vibrates, that brings us together. So that's why I have so much respect for artists that actually create music to connect us.
Yeah, thank you. That means so much.
Yeah, so let's talk about the album. I want to hear how it all came about. You are a classically trained cellist, right? At Juilliard, even prior to. It's so interesting to hear your new music, the new album, Triveni, because it's a bit different to what you've been doing before. And I would love to hear about how it all came about.
Yeah, sure. I don't know where to start, but I always wanted to do something. I always wanted to create projects that actually makes us think a little bit, pause and think a little bit, because our society is always, I don't know, made up by all the labels that we are conditioned to think in. And you know, if you're a policeman or something, then you look at them and you think, oh shoot, like even though you didn't do anything wrong, you feel like, okay, they're gonna, you know, they're gonna say something to us, or like, you know, give us a ticket or whatever. And if, you know, if you work at a gas station or something, then you're not gonna try to give like a Ritz-Carlton service to your customers, you know. But why do we need to play that role? And a lot of other things, like 1 + 1 is 2. Like I remember Edison said, if when he was younger, if you smash two like dirt balls together, then 1 + 1 is still 1, you know. And all these things that we learn in school doesn't have to be the only solution. And that's kind of like my underlying um um I don't know how to like motto in life. Like I always wanted to try to open up people's mindset about things and not being like in the box, I guess. So whatever I make, all my projects always have to have that kind of essence to it. So even though a lot of my projects are all different theme, this one in particular, the Triveni, was came from my interest of trying to find a different solution to healing, I guess. Obviously, I do believe in a lot of the you know, modern medicine, and we definitely need that. But I do think that there could be other ways to heal people. And
Mhm.
I
I,
read someone, Dr. Emoto, actually, he was doing a lot of research on what kind of frequency would cause water crystal. So he would freeze water and play different kinds of music. And the result was really astonishing, where when we played really beautiful song, then the crystal became super beautiful. It was like a perfect shape. And if we play like dissonance and all that, then the crystal kind of shattered. So that really sparked an idea in me
Wow.
that like we're made up of 70% or 80%, depending on the parts of our body, made out of water. So if we actually crack a code where we can figure out a frequency that would be good for our health, that'll be really amazing, you know, without any side effects. Even cancer, there's a lot of research that people are playing different kind of frequencies. It would be like a very, very high pitch that you can't even hear with our ears. But when you match the frequency of the cancerous cells, then we could be shattering the cancerous cells without harming the healthy cells around it. So I really love that concept, and I wanted to be the pioneer to push that movement forward, because I know a lot of people believe, a lot of musicians at least know how powerful music is to our, you know, well-being and health in general. But some people do need that scientific proof to really switch up from the modern medicine to just listening to music, or just, you know, trying to heal by frequencies. It sort of sounds spiritual, you know, still. So, but I do think it could be a solution to a lot of our diseases in the future. And I think it is probably the healthiest way and the
Yeah.
easiest way for our body.
Is
Yeah.
there a frequency right now that is close to that you've found? That is there a
Yeah.
frequency that you've
well,
discovered that's close?
You
well,
know,
we know
there's
that, yeah, that 528 hertz, isn't it?
exactly.
That's
Yeah.
what I've known to
Yeah.
have
So
heard.
So
there's
what
like
does that do? 5 KB.
528 kilo, was it kilohertz? Yeah.
And what is that? What happens when you play that? When you
Oh, well,
play?
it's meant to, it's, well, as far as I know, and I haven't talked to this with Eru yet, but I've heard that this has a strong healing effect, or calming or relaxing effect.
Hmm.
yeah.
Like, is that true?
You know, I read a lot about different kinds of frequencies that people write, and some people even say that John Lennon's Imagine has 528 secretly underneath it, and that's why we feel so much. But from some of the scientific studies that I read, is it's when you imagine like soprano singer shattering the wine glass, that's possible because, you know, you just kind of like tap at your glass and match that same frequency as that glass, then when it's exactly the same, the glass will shatter. So for the cancer research, what they're doing is they're trying to match the same exact frequency that leukemia cell or whatever. We were testing on THP1 cell, which is also a cancerous blood cell in a laboratory. But so it's not really like one frequency. Oh, if you listen to this, then it's it's all healing or whatever. It could be. We never know. Because I always think science can't prove everything, but science is so behind that there's a lot that we haven't proven. So I'm not saying science is wrong or whatever. I am I love science, I love it, but I think there's still a lot to figure out. So so for in terms of frequency, I think it's not just one magical frequency that will solve everything. I wish there was, but it's kind of interesting when you dive deep into this world, and a lot of people are actually already doing the research, so it's really exciting stuff.
And how great would that be if music was what finally cured cancer?
Yeah, no, right? And a lot of the hospitals actually already incorporating these music therapy, and John Hopkins, for example, they have a division dedicated to this music therapy. So I know a lot of people are already focusing on the possibilities in that, and not even just about frequencies. There's Alzheimer patients would remember everything after listening to the old times songs that they used to listen to, and it brings up back a lot of memories. There's just a lot of possibilities, and I do believe musicians are all healers, so I'm just trying to start that trend of everyone focusing on that power and effect that we could be bringing.
So is that how you kind of decided to maybe work on a project that had this kind of ambience in the music?
Exactly. Yeah. So Triveni, the current album that we're doing, we started collaborating with Tim Downing from UCI Biomedical Engineering School, and also Nishino Seiji from Stanford Sleep Medicine Department. And Nishino Seiji is actually a very famous professor, also known for writing a book in Japan, bestseller book in Japan called Stanford Shiki Nemuri no Hosoku.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Very, very famous.
Yeah, exactly. And he's appeared in a lot of TV shows in Japan. So I actually, out of the blue, emailed him and said, explain what I'm interested in. And I asked him, do you want to collaborate on this? And he replied within like an hour. And
I would, yeah. If I was a professor, I would definitely collaborate with you.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this album is already a project that you're actually working with the professors at Stanford and to actually study this effect.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's still an ongoing process. We did see a slight difference in TSP1 cell that we were playing different sound and frequencies to in a concealed room. It was really cool to see, but in order to say, we discover this, we have to keep playing, testing so many times to get the same exact result every single time. So we haven't gotten there yet. But we had to finish the album first to meet the Grammy deadline. So we sort of executed the music first and still doing the research as we go.
Oh, wow. And how did you meet Wouter Kellerman?
Kellerman. Yes, Wouter.
And Chandrika Tandon.
Chandrika, yes. So Wouter and I collaborated on another Grammy-winning album called Mythologies by Danae Vase and Sangeeta Kaur and Hila Putman. In 2020, actually, right when COVID started, we started talking on Zoom, and we made this really beautiful album in the best classical vocal category, which ended up winning the award. And in the album, Wouter was recording for South Africa, and I was recording from actually Vancouver, Canada at that time. And so we all recorded remotely. I never seen his face until Yeah, we actually after we won, I met him at a celebration
And that's
party.
wow.
Exactly. I was
Wow.
like, you're so tall, because
That's so
I've always
interesting.
seen him in Zoom. Yeah, so then he told me that he always loved Jacqueline Dupre. She's a legendary cellist, and he was so nice enough to say that my sound reminded him of Jacqueline Dupre. And years after, I was having lunch with him and his manager Tulsi in LA when he was visiting for another did I actually freeze? Okay.
Yeah, you did it for a second.
Okay. Yeah, so I met up with Wouter and Tulsi in LA when they were visiting for another nominated album at that time for him. And I was having lunch with them and I was telling him about this, research that I've been doing for music. And Wouter actually been reading a book about reverse medical, things, and he was really into that. So he told me, "Oh, I'm actually, been wanting to do the same thing. So, maybe we can collaborate on an album together." So that's just how it started, and it took 2 years from there, even to get this started. We've all been so busy, so it was a long journey. But then we were talking about, okay, we should bring in a singer. Who should we bring? And the first name that came up was Chandrika Tandon. She is a big time business woman, yeah, and as well as mantra guru. She's been teaching all these power of mantra and music healing for a long time. So it was a really perfect match. She's really incredible. I've learned so much from her, and she's in New York, originally from India. So we all have a very diverse background and, with the same similar interest and a goal. So one day, Chandrika called me in the morning after her daily meditation, like at like 4 a.m. or something crazy. And she said, I have a name for this album. It's called Triveni. And we all immediately liked it. But even before she told us what it meant, but Triveni in Sanskrit, it means three rivers or three elements or forces that come together, making something powerful, something sacred. So with all of our super different background, cultures, and even our work is so different. So we thought it was really perfect. And yeah, that's how it started.
Amazing. That's amazing. Okay, we are going to take a quick break, but
Okay.
so let's air the first song on the album, Pathway to Light, sung by Chandrika and performed by Eru and Wouter. So can you tell us about the song before we air it quickly?
Yeah, sure. Which one are you listening?
Pathway to
Pathway
Light.
to Light. Yes, this was the first song that we finished, and it is the first track on the album. It has a lot of, gosh, this just came. We started working on all the tracks at the same time and see which one we will finish first. But this was probably the only one that came so smoothly and moved very quickly. And Chandrika could tell you how powerful all the mantra is. I wouldn't be able to explain all the mantra um, yet, but I'm sure it will be online somewhere. But it was just kind of like the first introduction of all three of us sort of talking to each other, and yeah, it's just something that really came naturally. So
Nice. So it was the first pathway to the album, to the completion of the
it's
album.
great.
Okay. Well, here it is.
Okay.
Pathway to Light. So don't go away. You listen to the KIMI KATO show.
Hope you like it.